Most welcome to Humanist TV Africa. You are watching us live here at Humanist TV Africa. My name is Katum Mukasa. This is a human rights show where we talk about human rights. And today we focus on the laws on homosexuality in Africa and, of course, homophobia in the world. But today, what's important, we are looking at the advocacy part of it. How do we support homosexuals out of danger? Is the issue here. In the studio is Dennis Bongre to do the production. And of course, this is Human Rights Show done by Humanist TV Africa and Humanist Media Africa. Humanist Media Africa is the vehicle through which we promote these human rights. Today, we focus on homosexuality in Africa, anti-homosexuality laws in Africa. And this is episode 8, where we talk about strategies. How do we support our brothers and sisters that are gay in Africa? How do we defend them? By giving them the best way out, by sharing with them strategies on how to get out of this problem. I've been able to work with them since 2007. I've authored books about issues of homosexuality in Africa, and I continue to support them, of course, with my team, with the entire team at Humanist Media Africa. And we have different partners in Africa and beyond Africa. We have partners in Nigeria, partners in Zambia, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Kenya, Sudan, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Malawi, and of course other countries where we have offices. We are a global organization that works towards ensuring that human rights are respected. Today, let us look at the strategies we can do to empower gay people in Africa. And this is going to be part 1 of this episode. Of course, it's part 8 of the entire thing. Now, we shall begin with learning from what Kamala Harris did in Africa. Remember, Kamala Harris in April 2028, but also remember Kamala Harris in on 31st March 2023, Kamala Harris went to several African countries, and of course here in this photo we see her in Ghana, where the Vice President Kamala Harris, of course of the US, was in Ghana to talk about gay rights and of course other human rights issues. And of course it was Ghana, Tanzania, and Zambia. Kamala Harris was able to do some running for support. Now, if leaders of the world can do this, this is good advocacy for people in Africa. Kamala Harris talked about issues with Ghana, Tanzania, and Zambia. This was a good launching step towards promotion of gay rights and, of course, recognition, but also safety concerns. If governments in Africa know that these groups are also important, they'll tread carefully. They will not kill them. They will not harm them that much. So one step is seen through engaging with international world leaders, such as US Vice President Kamala. Of course, in Uganda, we have seen guys going on the streets. I've told you, as a Ugandan, I've worked with these people. I know them individually. I know their leaders. And of course, when the laws were passed, one of the strategies was to let these guys go on the streets and try to protest. And of course, go and do some media work, some advocacy, which we shall be sharing in our trainings and in our other works as Humanist Media Africa. Let us look at other things we can do to protect gay rights. So of course, we learn from others, like in India, Indian gay rights activists have been protesting a court ruling in 2013, which was upholding a law that criminalized gay sex. India, you can see Indians. Life is not a crime. You have to express yourself in one way or another. But the question I give you, if you are gay in Africa, be safe. Safety first. Before you go on social media, please, is your safety assured? Don't be like these guys in India, in the US, in the UK. They may have the safety, but you in Africa, you don't have the safety. You have to be cautious. So we teach them how to be cautious. Humanist TV Africa teaches gay people how to be cautious and how to remain safe. We shall be doing this in our trainings. Let's continue. Of course, we encourage them to come out for human rights. There's a day, 17th May, which is International Day Against Homophobia and Transphobia and Biphobia. Such a day is important. Come out for human rights, 17th May of every year. International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia. So we encourage people to come out. We organize quizzes, we organize debates, we organize retreats, we organize retreats, debates, quiz, podcasts. We can do that, and we are going to be doing that in our trainings to protect gay people and their rights in Africa. For example, you mark these ones. So important. Global rights of LGBT couples and families. We seek for legal recognition. We are doing that slowly. We seek for, of course, same-sex marriage laws. For example, in South Africa, it's now being done. And of course, we hope that with time, maybe with time, they may recognize some of these rights. Of course, joint adoption. Why not adopt a child even when you are gay? You should have those rights. Of course, right to abort. Right to divorce if things don't go on well. Of course, right to go for medically assisted insemination for those who want to get children. We need to see these rights coming in. Of course, automatic parenting recognition, and of course, a second parent adoption, and all these rights. We're talking about these rights which are not in Africa, but we think through advocacy we can get them done slowly. It may take 10 years, maybe 20, maybe 30, but a journey over 1,000 miles must begin today. Of course, we look at LGBT Muslims, these campaigns in some of these countries is a showcase to you that even Muslims can actually unite. We know that Muslim countries are so homophobic. Yes, how do we fight it? By getting Arabs, by getting Muslims to also showcase their love towards homosexuals. That look, it's natural for someone to love a fellow woman or a fellow man. It's just natural. We have nothing to do with it. We need to be tolerant, solidarity, avoid prejudice. This is the campaign we can inspire people to think about. Of course, there have been a bit of a soccer advocacy, people in football clubs. We have seen them in World Cup putting on that armband to show solidarity with gay people, putting on uniforms with the rainbow colors. This is part of advocacy strategy. In football, it has been done in London. West London Queer Project has been promoting this in football in England. I should tell you, I've watched this, I've followed this. I know that in England, some teams actually do recognize gay people and also give them a moment to reflect, but also to be who they are. Football can be used as a game to promote tolerance and to reduce all homophobia. Show them that someone can be gay, but a good footballer, can be gay, a good musician, can be gay, a good politician. This has been done in England as I speak. And you can see in the background is the map of the rainbow. And gay people use this as a sign to show, look, we are one. We also exist, and we mean no harm. So don't do no harm to us because we mean no harm. Now, West Ham and other football projects have been able to pull these things up, like the West London Queer Project. It has been ongoing, and different football teams in England actually are showcasing this solidarity with gay people. We say gay people are normal people like you. They can be spokesperson and they can speak out. For example, West London Queer Project has been doing exactly that, promoting awareness, tolerance. People can love each other. You can be a football star, you can be a musician, you can be a politician. Why should we be wish hand? Just like a heterosexual, homosexual should be able to live. So HTV, Humanist Media Africa, is going to be launching this campaign to promote tolerance. And promote awareness in Africa. Not one country, but about 10 countries in Africa. You want to champion this. And of course, we're going to be talking about Bisexual Health Awareness Month. We shall be creating this month over a Bisexual Health Awareness Month, where we go ahead and engage bisexuals, you engage homosexuals, and we have these focus group discussions. These are the strategies we intend to do because, of course, we have seen them working in Africa with the groups we have been working with. We normally make them meet in several places and share experiences. When they know they are not alone, they are being supported, they will solve their own. They will not commit suicide. They'll be able to look for safer places. Of course, One of the NGOs that we have been partnering with for some time, of course, is the Wellness Journal, which is being produced by one of the NGOs which I've been working with in Uganda. And of course, we shall replicate this good methodology to the rest of Africa. The Wellness Journal, how do you map your day from the morning to the evening to avoid stress and to avoid committing suicide? How do you organize your day? We teach them how to do exercises, how to do challenges, how to manage finances, how to mind about their wealth and of course their health, how to be nutritious consciousness, and of course all that. We organize this something to do with March and April, and we shall of course have this wellness journey going on. We are going to be partnering with our partners in Uganda and be able to do this and replicate these good practices throughout Africa. One of the best NGOs in Uganda is called FARUG, Freedom and Roam Uganda. I've been working with them for some time, and we want to continue working with them and replicate these good practices throughout Africa. Because FARUG, Freedom and Roam Uganda, has been a good example of a successfully organized organization, including SMAG, which is Sexual Minorities Uganda, another successful NGO in Uganda for gay people that have been doing very well. You want to replicate these good means of their activities and replicate them in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Zambia, in Malawi, in Tanzania. We want to replicate the good practices Ugandan gay people have been doing because we have worked with them and we know they're really good. And of course, they're going to need more support. We shall be looking for support to the Ugandan gay people, of course, following the gay law in Uganda. Africa Podcast Day, one of those activities we can do to be able to unite gay people in Africa and give them a common voice. Africa Podcast Day, one of the activities we can do. And of course, have a meetups in safe places. We get safe houses, we get safe hotels, and have these people meet up, have a lunch together, eat, share, and of course, encourage one another. Because after that, we know we can give them a new meaning to life, new energy. Otherwise, there's a lot of suicide among gay people in Africa. So how would we stop that? We create a wellness journal. And of course, we give them a sense of belonging. We have a schedule that on a daily, there are things they're going to be doing to avoid being stressed out, to avoid feeling lonely. These are things Human Media Africa is going to be doing with other partners in Africa. We want to work with partners in Africa who have been doing these things well, and we want to replicate the same good practices throughout the world. And of course, I mean Africa. We shall be encouraging them to share testimonies, meet them together. If we can connect a gay man in Nigeria with a gay man in Ghana, with a gay man in Uganda, if we can connect a lesbian in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Zambia, we connect them. They share testimonies. Trust me, their kind of stress will go down. They will know they are not alone. So we are going to be connecting these people together, give them a platform together. And remember, this hasn't been there. It is Human Media Africa that is doing this for the very first time, connecting LGBT people in Africa together, giving them a sense of belonging, and of course, creating awareness and reach out strategies. We are sharing with you a bit of what we want to do as Humanist TV Africa. Because we know our gay people, because we have worked with them, we are willing to go ahead and continue working with them. This is episode 7. This is episode 8 of Anti-Homosexuality laws in Africa, and we're giving strategies that we're going to be doing to be able to work with gay people in Africa, reduce on the effects of the laws, reduce on the effects of homophobia, counter homophobia, counter the laws, but of course give hope the people running humanist organizations that support gay people, but also give hope to the people running gay organizations in Africa. We have the capacity, we have the training, and we have the team to do this because we are all spread throughout Africa. Thank you for watching, and please think about supporting us and joining this cause. This is Kato Mukasa, a Ghanaian lawyer, of course, working with a team of 20 other people to do this project. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and comment. See you in the next show.